I will be talking about all the different things that you need to carry with you as a camp counselor. This summer, I was an LIT at Camp Kintail, and I learned all about how important it is to have certain things with you all the time, especially when you don't get to go back to your cabin very often. I'm going to talk about all the different things that you need to carry on your bag, and also what you should wear in order to be prepared for everything. So, let's get right into it. First, you need to have the proper type of shirt. The best type of shirt for a camp counselor to wear would be a lightweight shirt, definitely very lightweight, and one that is also going to have long sleeves, because if you're wearing a short sleeve shirt, it's nice when it's like really hot, but it's a lot easier to get sunburned if you're wearing a short sleeve shirt. So if you have a long sleeve shirt, then you're going to not get sunburned. But also, if you notice about this shirt, it's very lightweight, like it's very thin, and it also has the Under Armour cooling fabric, so it keeps you very cool. So shirt like this. So now that I have my shirt on, we can move to the shorts. You're always going to want to wear shorts. Wearing pants, especially just like during the daytime, is so hot. Even like on cold days, like wearing pants gets like hot very quickly. So like even if it's cold in the morning, you might not get to go back to your cabin after breakfast to change. So wearing shorts is super important. These are my favorite shorts for camp because they are sport shorts, so they're very lightweight, just like the shirt, and they also have pockets, which are very important for camp counseling, because even though you have your bag with you, you never know what you're gonna just need to stick in a pocket really quick. So these shorts, they are from Lululemon. They are so comfortable and so nice for camp counseling. So now that my shorts are on, we can move on to the most fun part of the camp counselor outfit, which is the socks. So as a camp counselor, you might have to walk through puddles or walk through muddy areas, and your feet are going to get super wet all the time. That's why you have to bring tons of extra pairs of socks. But say you can't go back to the cabin to change into your other pairs of socks. You're going to want a nice sturdy pair of socks that aren't going to make your feet colder by wearing wet socks. So the number one rule is cotton kills. So you want socks that are not cotton, because cotton, once it gets wet, is super cold. So I have these nice pair of non-cotton socks, and they are so fun. They have like little ice cream treats on them, and they are perfect for camp counseling because they're so soft and stretchy, super breathable because they have like little like mesh parts on them. They are so nice for keeping your feet nice and ventilated and not cotton. Moving on to shoes. Now, before we get into this, opinions on these shoes vary a lot. Some people love them, some people hate them. I personally am a big supporter because they're the perfect shoes for camp, because you can run in them, you can chill in them, you can go to the beach with them, you can basically do anything in them. They're like almost closed-toed shoes, so like you can't really do high ropes in them, but that's like the only thing. They are Crocs. They're the best shoe ever. So here we go. But the one thing to remember about Crocs is always to keep the back strap down, because if you have the back strap up, you can't run in them, and you always got to be able to run. So we got our Crocs with the back strap. And now, moving on to the most important part of a camp counselor outfit, the hat. Now, there are several different types of hats that you can wear as a camp counselor. One of them is definitely not a visor. I don't even have a visor, because that's how much you definitely shouldn't wear a visor as a camp counselor, because a visor is not a hat. So, you also should never wear a bandana that is tied incorrectly. An example of this would be a bandana that is tied like so, because your entire head is still showing. So, what I like to do is I like to get all of my hair and tie it back, well, not all of my hair, but all of the top part of my hair, and tie it back just so that it's out of my face and the layers are not going to be bothering me. If you have long hair, you can tie it up into an entire ponytail. I cannot do that because my layers are too short, but if you have it in a half ponytail, that works as well. And then you have several different hats to choose from after that. So you can do the regular ball cap, so just like this, or you can wear it backwards like so, which works. You can do the bandana, which is like this, like a triangle, and then you flip it over and tie it at the back like so. Or you can do the bucket hat, which works super well, especially this type of bucket hat, which has like the cincher in it, because you can make it fit you if it's too big. It also has like sport UV protection in the top, which is super, super helpful, especially for at camp when you're going to be outside most of the time. Another option is the toque, which honestly is used a lot. I really enjoy wearing a toque, especially even in the summer because it's still cold in the morning sometimes. My favorite hat by far, though, has got to be the buff, because it is so easy and so simple. All you have to do is just slide it on your head and slide it back, and then you are all set for the entire day. You never have to adjust it. Just like a bandana, sometimes you have to take it off, retie it, or like adjust it, or make sure it's like the perfect like width. You don't have to do that with a buff. You just slide her on and you're golden. You're gonna be ready for the entire day. The last thing that you'll need to complete your outfit as a counselor is lots of accessories. And by accessories, I mean friendship bracelets and friendship anklets. These are super important because campers love to give you little bracelets and little anklets, and they're so fun to wear all summer. So you're gonna need lots of these and lots of these. Moving on to what you should carry in your bag. So this is my trusty old bag. I've had her for a couple years and it has lasted me super well, except for the zipper that's broken, which I need to fix still. So starting off with just the things that are attached to the bag. So I have a keychain here and a compass, which I find super helpful all the time. And then I also have this pocket here, which I'll show you what goes in it in a minute, and this pocket here, which I'll also show you in a minute. So the first thing that I do is I take this handy dandy strap, which has this clasp on it, and I undo it and I put my water bottle through. So there's too much stuff in my bag to actually fit my water bottle inside of my bag. So I clip it on the outside, also because it does not fit in this pocket, because you have to drink a ton of water at camp to stay hydrated. So the next thing, what I usually put in this little pocket right here. Normally I'll put a toothbrush and some toothpaste inside this little pocket right here. As a camp counselor, I found that I didn't really have time to like pick up my stuff like while I'm trying to get all the other little girls ready to go brush their teeth. So I found it really useful to just have mine on hand ready to go. So that is what goes inside that pocket normally. Usually whatever I'll have like little like bits and bobs of stuff, like little bracelets or little stuff like that, I'll throw those in there too, and then sort it out when I have time. So now for this pocket, I normally put my sunglasses, which are super important to have a good pair of sunglasses at camp. While sometimes it's good to have this cheap, like this type of cheap pair of sunglasses that you just get from the dollar store, as you can see, like these ones are starting to kind of like fall apart and they're not as sturdy as if you get like just a good quality pair, spend a little more, and you'll be set for the entire summer. So usually I wear these ones and they have served me super well all year long. So I put those in this pocket right here, the outside pocket, for easy access for when it's super sunny out. The next thing that I put in this pocket are a collection of guitar picks. So I usually have like 4 or 3, and I just slip them in there in case we have an opportunity for a little like jam sesh and people need to borrow guitar picks. I also typically put like a couple like markers or pencils or pens in there, and they're also there for easy access. Now for the big pocket of my bag. So typically in this pocket of my bag, there's a big pocket at the back, and typically in there I put 3 things. First things first is my notebook, because you should always carry a notebook as a counselor. You never know when you're going to need to write something down or when a camper is going to need paper. So I usually put a notebook in there, and then I attach a little pen and a pencil in the inside, and I just slip that right inside the back. And then another thing I slip in the back there is my Bible, because you always need to have a Bible with you, especially for like staff flash or just regular flash, so that the campers can use it, and you can use it when you need to look something up. And the last thing I put in the back is a little book that has some little like fun like puzzles in it or that type of stuff. So the one I have right now is Mad Libs. It's actually Shakespeare Mad Libs, because I love Shakespeare. And I think it would be fun and funny for the kids that don't really understand what Shakespeare is, because it's just a lot of funny words that sound funny together. So I have that in the back as well. A bottle of bug spray, which is super important for camp, because in the summer it's super buggy. All the bugs are always around. They like in the cedar forest especially, just like always with bugs, and campers sometimes hate bugs, so it's super important. I'll also throw in a toque or like my bucket hat or something, along with my buff that I have on already in case I want to switch things up or wear a different type of hat. Usually I just throw it in my bag. And then the last thing that I put inside my backpack is this box. So this box has served me super, super well. Inside, I have 3 compartments. There's one compartment that it has a little hacky sack in it. Usually I have a few other like little trinkets in there. I have a Rubik's Cube, because for some reason kids just love Rubik's Cubes. They'll sit there for hours just trying to figure out how to do it. There is a deck of playing cards, which are super helpful for just if you have some extra time and you want to play Go Fish or something. I have some safety pins, a pair of scissors, and then a whole bucket load of string for friendship bracelets. Because if there's one thing I know about little girls, it's that they love to make friendship bracelets. So that is all for this box, and that is all for the big compartment of my backpack. Now for the last compartment of my backpack, I usually keep 2 things. I keep a tiny bottle of sunscreen, and I also keep some Band-Aids. So the sunscreen is super important, because even though the girls might put sunscreen on before they leave the cabin, they might need some just for their face or for like a little bit as the day goes on. So I keep this little bottle, and it goes inside this little pocket right here. And then these Band-Aids, I usually keep a few more than this, but it's just for emergencies, because you never know when someone's gonna trip and fall and scrape their knee or scrape their elbow, and they're gonna need a Band-Aid, but you don't really need to go to the nurse for it. It's just like a little thing. So yeah, so that is all for my backpack, and that is all for my entire outfit. The last thing you'll need to complete your entire counselor look with your entire attire, your bag, and your last thing that you'll need is a musical instrument if you play one. I play the ukulele and I play the guitar, so I have both, and sometimes I'll carry around my ukulele because it's small, has a little handle on the bag, it's super handy, so I'll usually just carry this around with me in case we need to break out into song at any chance we have, and I'll just take it with me, especially if we have like a Gaffy session or staff flash, something like that. So here we have it, the completed camp counselor look. I have my buff, I have my lightweight shirt, my sports shorts, my friendship bracelets, my non-cotton socks, my Crocs, and my anklets. I have my ukulele and my bag with everything in it, and I am ready to counsel.